What happened before Cardiff so far?
Well, we had our second big London training camp, which went really well. So it's another chance to familiarise with the London course, and everyone had already been there earlier in April, so we kind of got the measure of it, and it was a chance to explore a bit more detail and get a bit more confident on some of the harder moves, and then also practice a bit more delivery, really making sure things were consistent and accurate on the course. So that was really valuable. Everyone got a lot out of it, and I think came out of that camp feeling like we can paddle really well there.
What I heard about Cardiff, well, weather-wise it was quite a challenge, but also the course itself, it was quite, it changed a lot, if I can call it like that. What was Cardiff like?
Yeah, well, it was a very different challenge from London. London, the water's quite steep and big and powerful, but Cardiff is a very compact course. It turns around a very tight corner, and it's a very small footprint for the whole venue. But even though it's a lower flow rate, because of the configuration, that you get a lot of variability in the water. So you can't just have a fixed plan for anything. You have to really be able to adapt quickly, read what the water's doing, and even if you've got to fight and sometimes paddle a little bit ugly just to get things done and finish off the run. So it was a really different challenge, and I think people found it more technical than they were expecting, and in the end it was a really challenging race with a very good competition course. Yeah.
And now we're in Po, and that's almost more like a natural river, I would say. What do you think as a coach does bring all these differences in between the courses? What does that bring to an athlete in terms of preparation? And
well, I think it's part of the test of slalom that you have to be able to recognize what the attributes of any river and each feature on the river are, and how to exploit those. So it's a great part of their preparation to have to race in different environments and be able to really adapt to the new venue. And the course here is fantastic in Po, because it's, like you say, it's probably, of all the artificial courses, it's the one with the most natural feeling to it. And in fact, it really reminds us of Brady's Lake course in Tasmania. So I think quite a lot of our athletes feel really at home here, because they know, oh, it's Brady's, we know how to paddle at Brady's. That's what the water's like there. So it's like a good reference for them. They can sort of flick the switch to the Brady's setting, and they know how to operate on the water. And I think that's quite a good way for them to think about it.
yeah.
But it's a classic course here. Such a great organisation. It's sort of one of the real premier World Cups, and I think everyone responds to that. It's probably going to be the best start line of all the World Cups this year. So it's a good one for us to deliver on.
You just mentioned one of the world's best start lines, so the level of competition, it probably might be higher than even an Olympic Games. Well, what have you seen so far?
Yeah, well, the competition's been great. I think it's a difficult course to race flat out on, because of the pushiness and the technicality of the water. So some of the really top athletes got a little bit caught out in qualification and really had to sort of salvage a second run. But I was quite pleased with how everybody went today in qualification. Everyone from our team is through today, which is obviously what we want, and I think they also all feel like they've got some room to build as well, because nobody really felt like they had a perfect run. But it's always good to sort of build through these competitions and step up at each level of a competition, so you save your best for the finals.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, what will happen now after Po, after this weekend? The road to London is getting shorter and shorter, 40 more days, I think. So how will your preparation look like, or the road from here?
Well, we've got one more race next week in Spain, La Seu de Gel, and that's always again a classic race, and one that we've traditionally had some good results at. I think that's really a chance for the Olympic athletes to sort of get their final really competitive preparation. It's not about learning the course in Spain so much as about learning your race routine and how to manage the race day and the learning the course, and then committing to your plan under the pressure of a World Cup start line. So that's really what we're looking to get out of that. And then there's a few different plans. The C2 will come back here to Po. It's a really good environment for them. And then Jessica will go to Marseille and to Bourg, and then Warwick will go to Ljubljana, where he's got a base there to train. So we have a little bit of time to work separately, and then we go back to London for a short camp, just the last opportunity to tune things up on the London course, and then again the C2 will come back to Po to train, and Warwick to Ljubljana to train, and then Jessica will go to the Junior World Championships in the States, and then we all will fly back into London, and we've got a few days training before the opening ceremony just to put the finishing touches. But really by then, we should be ready, and it's just a little bit of tuning up and recovery into the competition.
Yeah. Well, Mike, that sounds like a comprehensive plan, and well, thank you very much for your time, and I wish you good luck with the team.
No, thanks very much. We're looking forward to the final build-up. It's going to be great.